Today we're taking a look at the all-new Makita 40-volt rear handle circular saw. Today we're going to use and abuse, we're going to slice and dice, and we're also going to compare it to the first gen, the 36 volt. So if you're interested in purchasing this 40-volt Makita, this is the video for you. Let's get it going. All right, so let's talk about the 36 volt first. If you have this saw, you're probably very happy with it. I call this the Ferrari of saws. It's smooth, it's agile. But the only problem was, I hated the 2-battery platform. Yeah, I took a lot of heat when I first came out and said, I don't like the 2 batteries that I have to use on this saw. Not only from some of the subscribers and the visitors of this channel, but Makita themselves. Primarily the Makita gnome. Oh, by the way, speaking of Makita gnome, this was not sent over by Makita at all, because they suck. However, I did give this saw shining reviews. We're gonna compare a little bit. Let's take a look at the new 40 volt. Now, looking at these two saws, they're basically identical. I mean, not 100%. There is some difference on the housing. Obviously, there was some redesign. However, the biggest difference is, well, this takes 1 battery and this one takes 2. Yeah, this takes the new 40 volt max and this one here takes 2 Makita 18 volts. So yes, I am extremely excited about the new 40 volt platform. And because I've been saying this for years, that they need to go with the 1 battery instead of 2. Makita, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, I'm taking credit for it.
Please subscribe. Please smash that like button.
Long story short though, if you were used to using the 36 volt, well, you're not going to have any issues transferring over to the 40 volt. I mean, everything basically even looks the same. It feels the same. That said, this is even lighter than the 36 volt. The 36 volt coming in just over 12 pounds. This is coming in just over 11.12 ounces. All right, let's look at the specs and then we are going to use and abuse and slice and dice. See what this thing can or maybe cannot do. All right, so you got the magnesium for the guard and the shoe, which is nice. A little bit of a different color than the first gen, but it's still magnesium. Yes, obviously you got the brushless motor. You got an area on the back of the saw just like the first gen for your tether. I always really liked that. And you got the onboard storage wrench. You got that sweet electronic brake. Stops real nice like. Now I got to show you the positive stop system on the Bevel. This thing is probably the best in the game right now. So when it comes to your bevel cuts and your positive stops, you want to do a 45 degrees on a lot of the rear handle saws, you know, they'll click into place, but they're not always perfect. And this is where Makita really shines when it comes to their positive stops. You can see right here, there's a little knob adjustment. I got a 22.5, I got a 45 degree and a 53 degree stop on this. So yeah, you can do a 53 degree bevel. But if I want to, say I want to do a 22.5 bevel cut, all I got to do is flip this over to 22.5. There's a little arrow right there. You can see the marking here. You flip that up and now check this out. It will absolutely not go past that 22.5. It works amazing. Same thing with the 45. If I set it to 45, check this out. It'll get a 45 and it will stop. But if I want that full range, all I got to do is flip this to the 53. Check it out. There you go. 53. And if you wanted to go with any one of these other, just flip it to a 53 and you can stop in between any one of those bevels. All right, before we start the using and abusing, the slicing and the dicing, let's talk about the specs. Blade diameter, obviously 7 1/4. The arbor size, 5/8 of an inch. Max cutting capacity at 90 degree, 2 9/16 of an inch. Max cut at 45 is 1 3/4 of an inch. Max cut at 53 degree, you're looking at 1.5. No low speed, 6,400 RPM. Overall length, 17.5, and of course it is cordless. Now, if you want, you can get a 4AH battery, the charger, and the saw in a kit for $399. If you want to buy the saw only without the battery and the charger, you can get that for $239, which is actually a pretty good deal for this saw. And of course, the link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Now, the bummer for this video today is, well, I only have the 2.5, not the 4AH. But that said, don't worry about this. This thing is going to slice and dice. I'm telling you, these batteries are really powerful. I mean, really, the only thing the 4.0 is going to do is give you a little less sag, but I really don't even think we're going to get any with this. Oh, and FYI, if you're worried about the 40 volts being that much bigger than the 18, don't. They're not that much bigger. Yeah, this is the 2.5 and this is the 5AH, but even the 4AH, I don't think they're going to be all that much larger than this right here. So yeah, they're a little bit bigger, but not much. Let's slice and dice. This could possibly be the most expensive video I've ever made. All right, so here's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna do a couple 90-degree cuts, and then we're gonna bevel it. We're gonna do a couple 22.5s, then we'll do a 45, and then we're really gonna put it to the test. We're gonna use a treated 6x6 with no pilot holes, and we're gonna see what this thing can really do. We're gonna rip it down, we're gonna slice and dice, we're gonna use and abuse it, we're gonna see if it can handle it. All right, so here we go. Let's throw this bad boy in here. Boom, fully charged. Now it's time to slice and dice. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I love this freaking handle, the design. Just like on the first gen, great stuff. 3, 2, 1. So smooth. All right, let's move this to the 22.5. We're just gonna open that up like so. We're gonna take this, go like that. You can see right here on the 22.5 and slide it open, automatically locks, and then just put that down. Oh man. Oh my. I'm gonna move this to the 45-degree cut. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Make a hell of a saw, Makita, no? Oh, and by the way, you get that sweet rafter hook. That's real nice. So I done just realized I can't afford a treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. It's too damn expensive. So we're using a treated 4x4. It's a little bit more cost effective, and I'm cheap. So we're gonna do a plunge cut. I wanna see how that does first, then we're gonna rip this thing. 2.5-inch plunge cut, by the way. Real easy to adjust your lever. Just pull up on this, bring it to where you want, and you're good to go. Let's try it out. You know, I truly dislike Makita, but they make it so hard. They make some good crap. Now you can obviously see that this stuff does not blow out the side, it blows out the bottom down here, so I have no issues with this clogging up at all, not yet anyway, but we're gonna find out when we go down through this treated 4x4 with no pilot holes. Oh yeah, by the way, those measurement markings, they're real nice like. All right, let's see what this thing can do. We're just gonna go down, we're gonna move it over, we're gonna do it again. 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome, let's move it back. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1, go. One more time. 3, 2, 1, go. Even though it does come out the back here, you know, it does kind of, I guess, you know, build up over time. You're not getting that wind and blowing this stuff in your face, which is really nice. It's a fantastic saw. The depth adjustment, the bevel, all of the adjustments on here, super easy to make. It is fantastic. The ergonomics of the saw, they are amazing. It feels great in the freaking hands. The guard itself, there is absolutely no issue with it holding up. I've had other Makita saws where the guard would hang up sometimes. Not on this, it's perfect. I truly believe that if you want power, if you want nothing but power, go with the DeWalt 60 volt. But if you want enough power, definitely to get any job done that you need. And that comfort, that smoothness, that Ferrari style of saw, this is it. Now, even with a larger battery, I still do not think this is going to be more powerful than the DeWalt 60 volt. However, this one definitely cuts, I think, a little bit cleaner. This is why I call the Makita saws the Ferrari of saws. DeWalt makes my favorite saws. I'm telling you straight out right now, I'm being honest with you, I think DeWalt makes the best saws. I think they're most powerful, but the 60 volt is a little bit sloppy, where this right here is just, it might not have as much power, Even with a larger battery, I seriously don't think it's going to compete with the DeWalt when it comes to full out power. That said, it's the Ferrari of saws. The cutting, the handling, it is just, it's fantastic. And I hate to say it, but it's true. Love the design of the handle right here. You hold on to wherever you're wanting to go, and it got that nice ergonomic grip. It's a more natural grip instead of just a straight across bar. Perfect again. So tell me, how do you feel with what I had to say about that saw, Makita, now? He's so pesky. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. What do you think about this new Makita 40-volt saw and some of the other tools that they came out with? Is it worth the money? Or are you planning on investing in these saws? I'm curious to know what you think. Love hearing your feedback. Now, if you like this video in any sort of way, if it's helped you, please don't forget to smash that like button. It's great. I always appreciate you stopping by. And with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.